This is Nick with Temple of Geek, and I'm here with Marti Matulis. And of course, you play Pirate Vane. But first off, how did you get into the Star Wars universe? How did that come about?
Star Wars was an audition that came through my agent. A lot of what I've done has been creature suit, heavy prosthetic makeup. So most of my work has come through these makeup artists who kind of know that I have acting chops, know that I'm a certain tall, thin body type. So the audition came through my agent probably because of that. I did it as a self-tape in my basement and threw it off thinking that sounded a little bit like a gunfight. I wonder, there's not many shows out right now with gunslingers. I was like, I hope. The geek in me was like, please let it be Mandalorian. And then lo and behold it was, and then booked the part, and then started the process of becoming Vane.
So you get to be a pirate, which is pretty freaking awesome. I mean, like the legacy of like Hondo Naka and pirating with that.
Hondo's such a good character. In fact, sorry to jump in, but
yeah, please.
So many people when this was starting to come out were like, is it going to be Hondo? And I appreciated it because, like, I know he's an amazing character, but alas, this guy has his own particular qualities.
We need more characters, though. We need more pirates. So as far as being a pirate in that galaxy, that character, was there any instruction given for you with that, or did you just get to kind of create your own character when it comes to it?
In the audition, he was deemed as having a British-sounding voice. It wasn't too specific, so I was like, well, clearly he's not going to be Imperial trained, so we'll try to roughen it up a little bit. I had a couple of friends read the lines and then saladed together my own version of British. And then, that was pretty much it. They didn't seem to mind too much what I did, as long as there was something interesting going on. So I did have a bit of leeway to kind of come up with his peculiarities.
How was the makeup and the prosthetics? That process, how was that for you?
They can be very lengthy processes, difficult process. Sometimes upwards of 6 hours in the chair. Vane was an absolute dream. He was only, I think we had him down to like maybe an hour, 20 minutes toward the end of the applications. Because largely he was wearing wardrobe, so it was only makeup from shoulders up, glued in at the face and the chin, pre-painted, so that was also a speedier process. They really had him dialed in. Yeah, he was lovely.
How is it to like go face to face with Mando and like, stare each other down and of course like Grief Karga?
It was great. I was wondering how much interaction there would be with everybody because I knew the scene was largely, facing off with Grief, but he had his back up there. So I kept flicking over to Mando to see what he was going to be doing. What I didn't do was look at the little green guy in the scene. I avoided him completely because I don't think the pirate, unless he could sell him, he was of no value to him at the time. But clearly Mando was a threat, and I was telling Brendan, who played him on the day, that one of my favorite things in that scene is when he finally kind of like leans up off the tree and you hear that like Beskar screech off of the tree, then you know it's getting serious. That was great.
And of course, you get to be a pirate, like attacking, like in ships and having little space battles. How was like being able to kind of be in a space battle and like fight different ships?
Well, on the day when you're filming it, it seems kind of odd and kind of almost funny sometimes because there's nothing really around you, and there's guys, right here filming and nailing things and making sure the handles are in the right spot and drilling it. No, it's very straightforward. So I was waiting with anticipation to see how it turned out, and it was I think a really great fight scene through that asteroid field.
Oh yeah.
Like comparing it to even Empire's quality in that asteroid field, like it was a really solid chase scene. And I do love that they allowed Vane to continually be just smart enough to kind of get out of these scrapes and continue on.
I mean, that's a good pirate. I mean, Hondo does that all the time, and the best pirates do. They get out of there when they know it's not going in their favor.
Opportunists, for sure.
So, of course, Skeleton Crew, you can't say anything in particular, but is there anything that you're excited about with this show or for people to take away from it? Is there anything that you can't say as far as your enthusiasm?
Oh, I'm so excited. I've watched all of John and Christopher's work. The Spider-Man movies are phenomenal. Clearly, they have a love of cinema that they infuse into their work, and all these little homage moments of like the John Hughes films. And I know that they're kind of approaching this one as a bit more Amblin Entertainment. Feels a little more like 80s E.T. or Goonies or what have you. So I think combining that with this established world and this feel of a Star Wars universe is going to be, I think it's going to be really fun.
I mean, the way they were describing it early on, like Goonies in space, like that, just hearing that description, like I was sold.
Yeah, that really paints exactly the picture. It feels very much like that. Pirates.
Is there anything in particular that you're working on now or in the future that you can talk about?
Nope.
I love that answer. That is always a good answer. That is the best answer you could possibly give us.
No need to elaborate.
No. That as an interviewer, that's what you want to hear, and as a nerd, that's definitely what you want to hear.
Yeah. Slam the door. No ambiguity there.
Thank you so much for talking with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.